The wait is finally over. Honda has just revealed its 11th generation Honda Accord sedan. Let's get into it. Over at the Honda Newsroom, sleek, powerful, and electrified, all new 23 Honda Accord set to re-energize the midsize sedan segment. We're going to read the bullet points first, then hop on over to the images. So they will have the new updated two-motor hybrid system that we see in the CR-V hybrid. If you've missed my driving impressions, make sure to check that out because it'll be very similar on this vehicle. Accord hybrid models will represent about 50% of Accord sales, which is very much in line with the new CR-V as well. Accord marks first integration of Google built in for a Honda for seamless on-the-go connectivity. I'm super pumped about that. And if you add up the accumulation of sales, the Accord is the best-selling car sedan in America over the last 50 years. Time to go over the photos. And we kind of knew what this was going to look like based off the patented images that got out. So first time looking at this is with you guys. We have daytime running lights up top. This front end reminds me a lot of Ford Taurus. A lot of people say this based off the patented images, the front end looks like a Ford Taurus. I think it also, if you mix that Ford Taurus, the last generation with the newest generation of Honda Civic, you kind of get this front end. Also, you kind of see this diamond triangle pattern in here that is kind of reminiscent of that diamond or grill pattern on the interior the Honda likes to do for the vents on their HVAC ever since the new Civic came out. This down here is quite interesting. These horizontal lines with these little inlets in silver. I mean, they did the silver outline on the hybrid CR-V, the Sport Touring. You know, that was kind of questionable. I'm feeling the same thing here. I wish this was just black or maybe a fog lamp or something. It's kind of giving me vibes of my very first car, which was this guy in this color. Not in California, I lived in Nebraska, of course, but we have little inlets on the quarter of this Mercury Sable. And yeah, speaking of Ford Taurus, I just wanted to share that with you guys. So back to the images here, strong body line on the upper door panel, probably 19 or 20 inch wheels. We'll probably hear more about that in a second. The back end of the vehicle, I think, is a lot more attractive overall than the front. We have partial high reflective window trim, but it's just on the top. And then looking at the back here, huge upgrade over the lobster claw taillights, almost a full LED bar that goes across, and then a nice little like a deck bill spoiler that's kind of built into the trunk lid here. We also have the hybrid, and this is the top of the line Touring. We have some sensors on the back here as well. Kind of that fastback design. We need to see that essentially nowadays for better aerodynamics to get better fuel economy. Here it is in a blue color, and I might look better in blue. And here are those wheels that aren't moving. So what do you guys think? These machine finish wheels? I typically just like one color wheels instead of like a two-tone sort of thing going on here. And the silver looks a lot better here than it did in the sunlight in the last image on the front bumper. Looking at how these lights illuminate at night, looks pretty solid here on the new Accord. So it definitely has a very unique rear end. And I think a lot of people will have a cue to remember the new Accord by with these unique rear taillights. So I like that distinguishing piece there. On the inside, yes, this is the first time I'm looking at it, and the grille pattern on the front is replicated with these vents. Very similar vents that we see in the CR-V as well as the Honda Civic. And just looking at this, I'm glad we have the shifter carrying over. The new Pilot that was just revealed did not have the shifter. It's push button. So I much prefer this sort of setup. We have a couple USB-Cs up front, a wireless charger, drive modes, E mode. So that'll force the vehicle to put it into electric mode. Triple climate control setup, heated and ventilated seats. It's something, heck, I don't even think the new CR-V has ventilated seats, right? So that's pretty cool to get this on the Accord. I don't see a heated steering wheel here. That could be dealer installed because typically the heated steering wheel button is like located somewhere in here on the new Hondas. Fully digital MID back here, not surprising. The Pilot will have that in the upper trim. I should say the highest trim, the Elite model. And here is the new largest screen with Google built in. That is awesome. I still like how Honda incorporates their power flow situation here, as well as just, I mean, Google Maps is built in, Google Assistant built in, super intuitive, very easy to use. You can still have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wireless if you want that. I'm not sure why you would need it now that you have Google Maps built in. Very functional, very minimal, and clean cut interior. Of course, we're going to have that Bose sound system in here. That sums up the images. So let's get in the press release and see what else we can find in here. I just scrolled down to the bottom. It looks like the 2.0 turbo is gone. The 1.5 liter turbo is a standard engine here with 192 horsepower and 192 pound-feet of torque with that CVT. Just like the CRV that doesn't have the 2-liter turbo either, this hybrid is going to be the way to go because it has more torque. Now, it will be a little bit heavier, but it has more torque and it is smoother. So just watch my CRV hybrid driving impressions. It's very quiet, super smooth. Probably the smoothest hybrid I've ever driven. Yeah, 2-liter turbo looks to be abolished. So the 9th generation was the last with the V6. The 10th generation came with the 2-liter turbo. That thing was a beast, but now it's gone. You don't get a choice of a standard automatic transmission either here on the new Accord. So I'll see what you guys have to say about that down below. It's a little disappointing to not have that 2-liter turbo. It looks like if you want it in a sedan in the Honda lineup, you're gonna have to spring for an Acura TLX. There will be 6 trim levels. That is a lot for a Honda. I mean, if you look at the CRV, which is the best-selling vehicle, I think it's just 4. You have EX, EXL, Sport, and Sport Touring. We also have the latest of the Honda sensing technology, which was, man, it's really, really good when it first debuted on the new Civic. So key 2023 Accord features, there's a lot of bullet points here. And then just, guys, we have a long press release here that I wasn't really expecting. So that 10-inch digital to screen behind the steering wheel is standard here on every single trim. If you want the larger screen, it looks like you'll get that in the Sport, the EXL, the Sport L, and the Touring, which, hey, it looks like those are the hybrid models. So I don't think you can get the big screen with the 1.5 turbo. The standard 7-inch screen with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay wired, those are on the LX and EX models. Again, the non-hybrids. New over-the-air software updates to nearly all vehicle computer modules, enhancing functionality and capability. That's something you typically don't see unless it's a fully electric car. So Honda is able to work their magic, update the new Accord over time with over-the-air updates. Was not expecting that. That is a welcome entry here. This is based off the Honda global architecture. So the CRV, not the Pilot, that's the light truck shared with like the Acura MDX, but the Civic, the HRV, all share this Honda global architecture. All 23 Accords feature a 0.4-inch wider rear track for a broader stance and improved stability. Accord will have 8 exterior colors, 3 which are new: Meteorite Gray Metallic, Urban Gray Pearl, and Canyon River Blue Metallic. Honda is offering class-leading passenger volume of 105.7 cubic feet without the moonroof, and rear seat legroom of 40.8 inches. The new Accord has the most cargo room in its class, providing 16.7 cubic feet of trunk space and standard fold-down rear seats. So let's break it down by grade here in terms of what the vehicle gets you with styling. LX, EX, and EXL trims feature a black mesh grille, body color side mirrors, and standard 17-inch alloy wheels. The Sport L get even sportier styling with black side mirrors, black rear spoiler, and black 19-inch alloy wheels, while Sport L models add a unique black rear diffuser. Top-level Touring features unique gloss black 19-inch alloy wheels along with silver and black exterior trim for a sharp, high-contrast look. So that Touring model that had like that silver in the corner that I wasn't so hot about, it looks like that is exclusive to that Touring. LX and EX feature gray or black cloth, with EX sporting 8-way power driver seat. EX adds a moonroof, heated front seats, and dual zone climate control. Sport features unique black cloth upholstery, aluminum pedals, a leather wrapped steering wheel, and a leather shift knob. I'm telling you guys, don't go for the plastic steering wheels in the lower grades. Spend a little bit more money and get a leather wrapped steering wheel. I had a Honda Ridgeline for a press vehicle that didn't have a leather wrapped steering wheel, and I felt like I was in the cheapest car ever made. My hands were constantly reminded of the cheapness of a plastic steering wheel. So make sure you get a leather wrapped steering wheel. Spring for that Sport model or above. EXL and Sport L come standard with leather seating surfaces and a 4-way power adjustable passenger seat, and Touring adds ventilated front and heated rear seats as well. Wasn't expecting that. Accord Touring also comes with a standard 6-inch head-up display and a 12-speaker Bose premium audio. If you want USBs in the back, you'll get that on the EXL and Touring models. So going down to the spec sheet here at the bottom, we already talked about powertrains. Rest in peace, 2.0 turbo. Let's get into the wheels and tires here. 17-inch for LX, EX, but those are the models that also don't have a leather steering wheel. So in my opinion, go for the Sport and above. We have a large wheelbase here at 111.4. I just looked up the Camrys. That has a 111.2-inch wheelbase. We know this is about 2 to 3 inches longer than the outgoing one as well. All right, so let's break it down by package again, at least what they show us here with the dots. Again, good to see that 10-inch MID behind the steering wheel standard. If you want the 12-inch screen, it's on Sport and above. Interesting. I had no idea that Google built-in is only on the Touring model. That is a punch to the gut. I was hoping it would be standard. So Google built-in only on the Touring model. And that means with this 12-inch screen below that, you still have wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. But that Google built-in, man, I was so amped for it. I thought it was going to be standard even on the lower trims like the LX and EX on the smaller screens. So I guess we'll be waiting a while for that to saturate the trim levels. How many years? I don't know. And with all the other vehicles that have wireless charging in the Honda lineup, they offer wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. Now, the only way you can get wireless charging is on that Touring model. I think the Sport and the EXL models are probably going to be the best buys here, getting the most creature comforts and most technology with that hybrid powertrain. The 1.5 turbo, it's not a bad engine, but after driving it in the CRV and then driving it in the CRV hybrid with the 2-liter hybrid system, there's no comparison. The hybrid's way better. And now you don't have the choice of the 2-liter turbo. You'd have to get it in an Acura product or like a Civic Type R, but that's, yeah, I mean, totally different. Apples to oranges comparison there. The 11th gen Accord will continue to be built in Marysville Auto Plant in Ohio, but I don't see anything about availability in this press release. If I hear about production and availability, I'll definitely let you guys know. I'll probably put in the comments down below at a later time and date. There's so much to talk about with the new Accord, new technology, new design, inside and out, new powertrains. Gone is a familiar powertrain. Oof, guys, lots to talk about. A little controversy, a little bit of excitement. I'm excited that Honda's going to have over-the-air updates for their non-fully electric vehicles. That's pretty cool. But to be so excited for Google built-in and then be like shoeboxed into only the most expensive touring grade feels kind of like a gut punch, a little bait and switch. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I was getting my hopes up too high. Maybe I was having too high of an expectation here, but I'll see you guys down below with your fun comments. But I got to cut myself off, guys. I'll see you in the next video. If you made this far in the video, smash the like button, subscribe for my future driving impressions of the Honda Accord, Honda Pilot, etc. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on out there for Honda, Acura. So catch you in the next one. Take care of yourselves and peace.